Stay ahead of severe weather. Download the Max Defender 8 app. Live, this is News Channel 8 at 11 on your side.
Hurricane Milton has the potential to develop into a major hurricane and is headed straight for the west coast of Florida.
And it could be the first major hurricane to hit Tampa Bay in more than a century.
Good evening, I'm Allison Henning.
And I'm Ty Russell. Thank you for joining us. We're joined tonight by meteorologist Eric Stone here. And Eric, we got an update on the strength and direction of this storm just a few hours ago. What's the latest?
Yeah, don't let him fool you. It said it was 11, but it's really 1:15.
Oh.
Right? In the morning.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not 11, right? But the update came out at 11 o'clock. So, yes, we do have some new numbers for you. First of all, though, I want you to take a look at this satellite loop. Wow, it is really gaining strength. Look at the deep reds, and you can even see that symmetric shape to this hurricane and the rain and storms moving all around this thing very, very violently. Starting to see an eye form right there. So, again, we've got a very strong Cat 1 storm that is expected to become a Category 2 early tomorrow morning, even a major hurricane later on in the afternoon. And then I wouldn't be surprised if this did reach Category 5 status, but then it does interact with a jet stream. So with some wind shear on that jet, we do expect some weakening. In fact, 145 mile per hour Tuesday evening, 130 by 8 o'clock Wednesday morning, and then as it makes landfall, it'll weaken even more, but still expected to become, to stay, in fact, a major hurricane the south of Tampa Bay. So this would bode very well for our area, considering that the storm surge would be pushed out, the water would be pushed out of Tampa Bay and out and away from Pinellas County that really dealt with the impacts of Helene. But Manatee, Sarasota County, and all the way down to Fort Myers toward the beach, yep, they would deal with a lot of storm surge. So the model guidance, once again, has shifted slightly to the north, but boy, the GFS is way up here into Crystal River and the Nature Coast. The European model right into Tampa Bay, the AI model slightly lower than that. And again, the German model, who's pretty accurate, right around the Sarasota and Manatee County border. The trend, though, has still shifted further to the south. Look at this. From Saturday, it was right around Indian Rocks Beach, and now down toward Manatee County. So we'll see if this trend continues, but some of the latest models have shifted just slightly to the north. The arrival time of tropical storm force wind, I would say sometime Wednesday, mid to late morning, and hurricane force wind early to mid-afternoon, depending on how fast this thing moves. Is expected to move fast. Hey, it's 73 degrees. That's actually pretty comfortable outside. Got a lot of cloud cover and still a lot of rain on Max Defender 8 radar, as you can see. That will continue overnight into tomorrow morning. Temperatures running in the low to mid 70s, and tomorrow we wake up to temperatures right around 73. Grab the umbrella. A few showers will be lingering. And then again, as we head toward the second half of the day, we will see just a little bit of sunshine by 3 o'clock, 83 degrees, and just a couple of stray showers throughout the day. I think the heaviest rain late in the day is a little bit eastward, but a little warm compared to today, I should say compared to yesterday, looking at temperatures in the mid-80s, and that will be the trend on Tuesday as well. But of course, all eyes are on Milton, and we will continue to talk about the effects, when we can feel them, and who will feel the effects, coming up in just a few minutes.
Eric, thanks. And our team of Max Defender 8 meteorologists are keeping a close eye on Hurricane Milton 24 hours a day. You can get the latest updates on where it's headed and how it will impact our forecast anytime on our free Max Defender 8 app. The Pinellas County Sheriff estimates more than half the county's population will likely be under an evacuation order by Monday night.
8 on your sides, Georgia MacArthur has the latest on whether residents are leaving ahead of an order and how they're preparing.
Pinellas County officials are urging residents to prepare before Milton and evacuate. Today, Pinellas County issued mandatory evacuations for all hospitals, nursing homes, and assisted living facilities in the A, B, and C zones. That adds up to about 6,600 patients. All county officials giving a clear message to listen to those evacuation orders.
I know you're fatigued. I know you're tired. I know you're exhausted, but you need to take the storm seriously. I'm going to plead with you to evacuate, to leave, to not ride the storm out just because you think your house is high enough.
And more evacuation orders are expected to be announced on Monday. The county's director of emergency management says those who experienced flooding with Helene can expect a lot more with Milton. And those mandatory evacuations will continue to go into effect for parts of multiple Bay Area counties on Monday. For Pasco County, those evacuations take effect at 10 a.m. for anyone in flood zones A and B, living in a mobile or manufactured home or in a flood-prone area. And in Manatee County, evacuations will start for zones A and B tomorrow at 2 p.m. In the city of Anna Maria, evacuation for residents there starts at noon. To assist with evacuations for Hurricane Milton, the Pinellas Suncoast Transit Authority is getting rid of its fares on Monday. The suspension covers all PSTA routes as well as the Jolly Trolley and Looper. Well, right now it is shaping up to be a busy night at a 24-hour waste disposal facility over in Pinellas County.
Yeah, we have a look at the Pinellas County Solid Waste Disposal Facility from earlier tonight in St. Petersburg. Now, until further notice, that facility right there will be accepting storm debris, or not accepting household hazardous waste like damaged lithium-ion batteries. So if you want to use the site, you must enter through the gate on 34th Street North. And Tampa City leaders say they are working hard to pick up debris from Helene ahead of Hurricane Milton, but they still need help. Mayor Jane Castor was at McKay Bay Transfer Station today. The mayor says Tampa is looking for licensed contractors who can help with debris pickup and wants them to contact the city. The city is focused on picking up household debris in Palmetto Beach, Davis Islands, and South Tampa.
Refrigerators, the ovens, we can't have those things flying around in our community. So we're getting to as many of those areas as we can.
Now, for any natural debris, residents are asked to store it in a garage or shed if possible. The McKay Bay transfer site is also accepting debris for free. It will remain open each day from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. until Milton forces it to close.
And in an effort to help people in Hillsborough County dispose of that debris before Hurricane Milton hits, Hillsborough County has opened a new 24/7 drop-off site. Until Milton forces it to close as well, residents and contractors can head to the county's resource recovery facility along North Falkenberg Road. They're accepting yard waste, construction and demolition debris, furniture and other household items for free, again, until further notice. Many schools are closing throughout the Bay Area as a precaution, of course, ahead of Hurricane Milton.
Yeah, Hillsborough, Pinellas, Sarasota, Pasco, and Manatee counties are closing all of their public schools from Monday through Wednesday. Citrus and Hernando counties are closing their schools on Tuesday and Wednesday, and Polk County schools will be closed Tuesday through Thursday. You better believe we have a complete list of school closures, including the dates several local colleges and universities will shut down, posted on our website, WFLA.com. And there are 5 sandbag locations in Pasco County, and 2 of them are open 24 hours a day until further notice.
8 on your side's Beth Rousseau has a look at the work they've been doing to help their homes weather the storm.
And even as we prepare for Hurricane Milton, News Channel 8 is partnering with the Red Cross and iHeartRadio to help neighbors recovering from Hurricane Helene.
You can make a donation by scanning the QR code on your screen or by going to our website, WFLA.com/relief.
And Hurricane Milton is churning in the Gulf, and we will soon be under watches and warnings.
That's right. Coming up after the break, Max Defender 8 meteorologist Eric Stone has a look at where Milton is headed and how it will impact your neighborhood.
Yeah, that's right. The next update comes up in about 30 minutes, right around 2 o'clock or so. But for now, we're looking at a strong Category 1 storm. This could become a major hurricane as early as tomorrow. More details after the break.
And as we head to break, we want to remind you can help shape the way we cover the news that matters the most to you. If you see something happen in your neighborhood, you can report it to WFLA.com/report it. You can also scan this QR code on your screen to get to that link.
Year after year, storm after storm, when it comes to weather, accuracy is everything. But you can't just tell them you're the best. You want to be respected and trusted, you gotta prove it.
Will it produce heavy rainy winds upwards of
Max Defender 8 works hard every minute of every day. When you add all of that up, that's the Max Defender 8 difference.
We are tracking quite the severe weather threat today.
But what do I know? I just play football. Trust Tampa Bay's most accurate forecast. Max Defender 8 on your side.
Keeping you safe, the Max Defender 8 weather team on News Channel 8. Max Defender 8, the most accurate weather radar in Florida.
Hurricane Milton is churning in the Gulf of Mexico, and the track has it on a collision course with Florida's west coast.
Eric Stone here with us tonight. Eric, when we're talking about this storm, in terms of this is the big day that we need to be making those decisions.
Yeah, definitely. And some government officials have already asked people, I know Fort Myers Beach and maybe even here in and around the Bay Area, for Zone A to be evacuated. And over the next couple of days, especially tomorrow, really today, Monday, the government officials will continue to ask people and really tell people to evacuate. And you really want to listen to them, because I think every single death in Helene was due to, in Florida anyway, people that did not evacuate in zones where they were supposed to.
And that's so heartbreaking to think about. Yeah, and we're expecting
that. But we
that's
tell them, and that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
You know, we're here to save lives and try to protect people. But if they don't listen, unfortunately, 10 to 15 foot of storm surge somewhere, you're not going to be able to survive that.
And with this one, it's not just that storm surge. People are talking about the shutters, because we got the wind as well. Those concerns.
Yeah, I asked my buddy, I told my buddy down in Punta Gorda just the other day, I said, hey, you better put up your shutters, not the ones that are easy to put up, the ones that you have to do by hand that take 5 or 6 hours for some houses, depending on how big they are. So you definitely want to prepare, if you haven't prepared yet, over the weekend, which you should have. Once you see that cone aimed right at us here in Tampa Bay, it's like, okay, it's time to prepare if you didn't have your preparations in place. So as far as evacuations go, you've got Monday and you've also got Tuesday, because once we hit Wednesday, we are expected to see some pretty intense conditions in regards to wind. So the latest on Milton, and again, this should update at 2 o'clock in about 25-30 minutes or so. Still a strong Category 1 storm, maximum sustained wind at 90 miles per hour, and it is expected to become at least a Category 4 in the Gulf of Mexico before the jet stream kind of pulls this into our neck of the woods. Now, as it does, it's going to encounter a lot of wind shear, and that will weaken the storm a bit. But don't let it fool you. We are still looking at a major Category 3 hurricane somewhere on the west coast, and the cone really extends from Crystal River, just south of Cedar Key, all the way down to Marco Island and the Naples area in southwest Florida. So we've got a lot of record warmth in the Gulf of Mexico fueling this, and that will continue as it moves to the east. Now, I mentioned the jet stream is going to kind of pick this up in right around the Yucatan, so it's going to move east to even southeast a little bit, and once the jet stream interacts, that's when Milton is going to be taken to the northeast. The question is when and how far north of east is this going to take it? Is it going to take it into southwest Florida? Is it going to take it into the Bay? Or is it going to take it closer to the Nature Coast or even in the Big Bend area? So again, let's take a look at the model plots. The consensus, which is the average in black, is now pretty much right through Tampa Bay. Earlier today, it was more Sarasota, Manatee County line. Last night, it was a little bit north of Tampa. So again, a lot of adjustments, but make this closer to Hernando County. So let's take a look at GFS versus Euro. Pretty much an agreement, although all of a sudden the GFS kind of lags behind. And the European model is the first to make landfall sometime Wednesday evening, and that would be pretty close to Anna Maria Island, which means the storm surge will be pulled out of Tampa Bay. But then the GFS takes this north, just to the south of Cedar Key, north of Crystal River. That means the water would be pushed into Tampa Bay. So let's take a look at the two scenarios. Again, if Milton does move north of the bay, we are going to see such a strong southwesterly wind that we could see 10 to even 15 foot of storm surge, at least twice as much as we did with Helene. This would be the worst case scenario for the Bay Area, also pushing water rather into Pinellas County. The other scenario, which would be a little bit better for us, in fact a lot better, because it would pull the water out of Tampa Bay, but it would drive that storm surge into Manatee, Sarasota County, and points southward. So a difference of even 15 miles in the mouth of Tampa Bay could mean the difference of a lot of severe impacts for folks in and around the Bay and in Pinellas County. As far as the wind goes, GFS model starts to amp those winds up late Wednesday and overnight into Thursday, and by Thursday afternoon, everything's pretty much said and done. Don't necessarily pay attention to the numbers. These are 3-hour point values. So at 8 o'clock, these are the model's forecast for all of these towns here. But in between those 3 hours, that's when we see, obviously, a lot stronger wind. The GFS model taking this a little bit later, a little bit further to the north. So this, again, would see winds winds subside a little bit later Thursday. But let's take a look at the wind gust. In fact, Wednesday night, you're looking at tropical storm force wind gust, and then wind gust over 100 miles per hour, especially from Bay Area up toward the Nature Coast early Thursday morning. Even into Thursday afternoon, we're seeing those tropical storm force wind gusts before things subside. As far as rainfall goes, GFS model, since this is taking it way to the north, the Bay Area would only get 2 to 4 inches of rain. But since the rain, the heaviest, is on the northern side of the storm, if the European model verifies, which is further south, it'd be about 6 to 8 inches. Okay, Max Defender 8 radar, we are still watching several areas of rain overnight. Eventually, they do dissipate a bit, and as we head into Monday, of course, fewer showers throughout the day, maybe even seeing some sunshine and slightly warmer. But, of course, all eyes are on Milton, and I timed it out for you. Wednesday is the day. But you know what? Behind this storm, we just got to get through this, and boy, it's going to be a tough one. Look at the low temperatures back in the 60s Friday morning. Rainy season just about shut off after Milton, and a really nice weekend ahead. And unfortunately, folks are going to need nice weather. If they lose power, they lose their AC, and then they got to clean up yet again.
But there's so much anxiety out there, Eric. Will we be okay after this?
Of course we'll be okay. Yeah. If the viewers just listen to us, we're going to keep everyone safe. You listen to government officials in regards to evacuations. You listen to us, and you know what? You're going to make it through.
All right.
All right, Eric, thanks. We'll be right back.
When you see news happening, report it at WFLA.com.
As Hurricane Milton approaches Florida, the state fire marshal is issuing a warning about the dangers of lithium-ion batteries catching fire when exposed to those floodwaters.
And that's what happened in this video you're looking at, to this Tesla that caught fire inside the garage of a home in Pinellas County during Helene's storm surge. Jimmy Petronas says several of them were electric vehicles. Petronas says this is what you should do if you have an EV that becomes flooded. First, leave all windows and or doors open to allow for any potentially flammable gases to vent from the passenger compartment. Now, if the vehicle is being stored indoors and can be moved, move it outside into an open air location. If it cannot be moved, try to keep the storage area open and vented. Unplug and do not attempt to charge the vehicle, and of course follow your manufacturer's recommendations for your specific vehicle.
And the city of Tampa is urging drivers who live in flood-prone areas, especially those with electric vehicles, to take advantage of free parking garages. Through 5 p.m. on Thursday, all city-operated garages are open to the public for free. If you have an electric vehicle, you are urged to try to find a spot on the 3rd floor or higher in any of those garages.
And Hillsborough County is opening 4 sandbag locations Monday to help people prepare for the storm. You can go to any of the sites listed on your screen between 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. Monday and pick up as many as 10 sandbags per vehicle. You have to show ID to prove you live in the county. All of those cities will only operate weather permitting. And for a complete list of sandbag locations in the Bay Area, visit our website, WFLA.com, or download the free WFLA app.
Well, it's been more than 100 years since Tampa Bay has been hit by a major hurricane, but that could change in just days with Hurricane Milton.
Now, you may remember last summer, WFLA partnered with Columbia University on an exclusive study to figure out why major hurricanes in our area have been so rare over the past century.
But the climate is changing, which begs the question, is our hurricane risk changing along with it? Here's WFLA's chief meteorologist and climate specialist, Jeff Baradelli, with another exclusive study.
Interesting story.
Yeah, stay with us. News Channel 8 will be right back.
All right, the 2 o'clock advisory is now in.
Early.
Yep, early. That usually means nothing changed, and nothing changed. Usually, when the advisory comes in closer to the top of the hour, there's some significant change. But as you can see, still a strong Cat 1 at 90 miles per hour. Wouldn't be surprised at 5 a.m. or even by 8 and 11 if this is a pretty strong Cat 2. And later Monday, a major Hurricane Cat 3. And I know Lee Spann will be on in about 2 hours and 45 minutes with the latest updates.
And the latest update is coming out at 5 a.m.?
That's right.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep.
Already.
With a cone with it.
Alrighty.
We appreciate you keeping a close eye on it for us.
That's right.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, thank you for joining us, and stick around because Bucks Bonus is next.
Dan Lucas and Kenny Morales take a deep dive into what went wrong for the Bucks in their disappointing loss to the Atlanta Falcons. That's next.